Ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to the special show today. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for being there. Uh, I want to say the aspect of our struggle has never been this strong. And I thank you for always being there. And it's a very special day because we have a lot of programs for you today. So we're gonna start with the issue of the different. We're gonna talk about the draft. We're gonna talk about the accident that happened in Moliwe. We're also gonna talk about the president's remark about the struggle, and also about what Tibonagi said, and a lot more that we're going to discuss in this show. So just know that we have a lot for you, and know that much we're going to be discussing. So just stay put and see what goes next. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We are seeing continuous support for Momo Draft is coming up, and we think that the people of Momo and other Ambazonians should come to the support of Momo County. We are very grateful, and we know that the draft will be tremendous on the 9th. That is a payment platform. Those people who cannot attend, but we want all the people of Momo, people of all the other counties and LGs to come to support of people of Momo on the 9th, this Sunday. So don't forget the 9th on Sunday. All the people of Ambazonia will be coming together to support Momo County. So please make it a day with us on Sunday. This same Sunday. Thank you very much. Now we heard about the sad death of so many people caused by road accident, reckless road accident between the Limbe, the Moliwe. We saw the one of the Munya. We saw so many reckless killings, and just because of bad poor road network, that for the past 40 years there has been nothing done on that. And when you see accident happen, you ask yourself, what's going on? Because of poor road network. So we are calling on Southern Cameroonians to be careful when they drive in that road. So many lives has lost because of that. So we are trying to make sure that Ambazonians, we want to pay our condolences to all those who lost their life. We heard there were students, and the accident happened with these poor mechanical buses, agencies that have buses but they cannot repair them. So a lot of things happen when accident happen, you don't know. But we are warning our people. Make sure that you enter the right bus. Make sure that you check on all those things. Security and safety is number one. Okay? Those are things that we are trying to see how we have to prevent. Then we have to rebuild Ambazonia, okay? Rebuild Ambazonia. The road network, they are very poor. You can avoid accident in those small roads, small roads. You know, that's why if you see the roads here, they want to have like 3 lanes, 4 lanes, 5 lanes, because once you are on your lane, it's very hard for you to have an accident. You stay on your lane and you're driving on your lane, but when there is just one lane with a small line in the middle, it's very difficult. very difficult for you to avoid accidents. And that is why every time we hear different types of accidents on that road, Limbe-Douala road. Okay. It's sad, but that's the reality, man. Yeah. I'll bring up the president's remark, then we'll listen to that, then we'll come back. Take a listen.
Hello, Ambazonians, good day. In a few months ahead, the war will be 7 years old. Naysayers would want you to believe that we have lost it. I say hell no, and let me explain to you why. We have done far better than what Biafra did between 1967 and 1970. Biafra collapsed in 3 years, in spite of all the international support they garnered. For almost 7 years, in the contrary, we have fought on our own. We haven't gotten any godfathers, yet still fighting. You call that failure? Of course not. We call it resilience. To have far exceeded what Biafra did without any international support. And yet, here some people wanting you to believe we are losing is pure propaganda and surrogacy meant to push La République du Cameroon's narrative. Wars are never fought and won by the majority of the people. They are fought and won by the resilient minority who, in spite of all the odds, do continue to sacrifice financially till victory comes. We are at that moment of the resilient minority. The resilient minority is predicated upon the fact that we no longer are able to raise the kind of money we were able to raise between 2017 and 2020. Most people have fallen by the wayside. They will give you many diverse reasons for not contributing anymore. Yes, even so, they absolutely still want to see a free and independent country called their own. I am talking about Ambazonia. But what if everybody is disgruntled and choose to take the back seat? What if nobody chooses to support the crusade? How then do we get that independence? Fellow comrades, we are at a point of no surrender here, and everybody and every contribution counts.
Thank you. That was the president speaking there. We have seen a lot of those publicity about the draft coming up, and this draft depends on us. It depends on the livelihood of the struggle, because the struggle is at the crossroad, and we expect a lot of those people who want to support the struggle to keep supporting the struggle. So please know that on Sunday there will be the draft, and that is what the president mentioned. So please take it as a priority to support the struggle and make sure that we keep the resilience going forward. Okay. We saw the people of Accor who came out en masse. Okay. They came out to protest the arrest of their own children. La République has taken this issue to a different level. They will go to a community, arrest like 100 children, boys, of course. They'll take them to an undisclosed destination, and that is how they are killing. They'll arrest and take to somewhere that people will not recognize them. When you see a dead man in Marwa that has been killed, you hardly identify them. That is how they are killing our people now, where they'll take them from one region, go to another region and kill them and put them there. They say those were Amba boys. This community, I'm very proud of them. They came out and said, no, we want the Dio. You see the Dio there trying to explain himself because they are the one doing this. They are hiring mercenaries from Nigeria to come to Ambazonia to commit atrocities so that they'll put it on the Ambazonian restoration forces, which is wrong and wrong and wrong. So we must expose them for that, okay?
Yes, we continue to see the GO is there trying to calm the angry mob who are very angry for the kidnapping of more than 25 people in Ako subdivision by Nigerian who have encroached into the territory, and the population is out because they are feeling very insecure. They are not aware of what next move can be taken. It's been for about 3-4 days that the people are around parading and terrorizing the villages around the border, and the population are not very secure. They have come out to tell the powers that be what is happening in Ako subdivision. They need more security for their lives and properties. They are taking people every day in Ako subdivision to places that are not known. And all these people are from Nigeria. So for now, they have already taken more than 25 people. And nobody is feeling secure around. So the population have come out to tell the powers that be what is happening in Ako subdivision. And the GO is there under the scorching sun, trying to calm down the population who are very angry. So that is the plight of Ako. No network to even communicate. Nothing. So we want the powers that be to know what is happening in Ako at this moment. Today is the 5th of April. We are live in Ako. This is what is happening here. Yes. So the people want to know the way forward. It's more than 5 days that people are under captivity. And yes, and right here we are getting news that they are still taking more people at Abutu. News have just arrived us. People have just escaped there and reached us. That they are still taking people at Abutu. So that is the news that is just reaching us at this moment, the 5th of April. That we are trying to have a crisis meeting with the population, the angry mob. And news is reaching us that the people are there still terrorizing at Abutu, one of the border towns. So that is our plight here in Ako. Let the powers that be should know and know the actions to take, because part of the territory is being encroached and to be taken away by Nigerians, Nigerian rebels who have just entered the territory of Cameroon in the Ako subdivision, precisely at the border town.
Yeah, so as you can see, the community, that is what would mean. Community is community. When they come out, no army, no amount of government officials can resist community. That is why we're saying that if they come to your community, like the women of Ekona did, they marched to Boya. We are advising all the, you saw what the women of Kumba also did when they asked them to, or they closed their shops because they respected Ghost Town. Anything that has to do with community, nobody can challenge it. So the power of the community is what we are talking about. So I'm very grateful with the women that came out, like the one that came out from Ekona to Boya and asked for the release of their sons. These same guys came out in Ako, in Ako subdivision, and came out en masse. That happened in Donga Mantung, as you can, and you just saw on the video. So this is what we are talking about. We want the people to use community to develop their counties and LGAs, to use community to resist the forces of evil. Use community to do what they can do for themselves, because even the community schools. That's why we encourage community things, because waiting for this government called La Republic is useless. They are useless. Okay? Useless people. Look at, that's why they know that they are not able to run a country, but they want to claim that they can run a country. They'll be using child soldiers to go and fight in Ambazonia. The people, they just want their children to have a job. I cannot blame the parents of these young adults sent to Ambazonia to come and fight. Child soldiers. This is, look at this one. This one is not up to 8-year-old. Look at this one. Child soldiers. They are being sent to come and fight in Ambazonia. And when you see this kind of children, what do you say? These are children. These are not even up to, look at this one. You ask them to go and fight. The parents too don't have choice. They want their children to have jobs. The only job they can give them is this kind of military, joining the military. That is what is happening. And how do you blame them? It's just crazy, right? We have been talking about this issue of Ayabacho trying to collect taxes from the population. It is not only wrong, it is illegal. That's why we are saying that anyone that comes to ask for you a tax, we are not in this struggle to collect our tax from our people to sponsor the fighting. That's not the goal. We have always been raising money from the diaspora, making sure that we don't put the burden on the local population. That is not the goal of the struggle. The struggle was not to put the burden on the local population that are instead facing the barrel of the gun every day. Our goal is to make sure that we secure our statehood, but not affecting the local population, because the military is doing the worst on them. So we cannot do that on our people. But every year, every day, every month, there's a situation going on that the ADF, the AGOFC, they are harassing the local population of certain areas, asking them for money, making sure that they harass them, they do all sort of evil on the people. I want us to listen to this brother who talk about Ayabacho.
When I want to talk that heavy surrogate and talk say Fabiano, I make Ayabacho popular, they make Ayabacho popular. And they ask you say you know difference between being popular and being notorious. So you go tell me say Pablo Escobar, he be popular. You go tell me say Abubakar Shekau be popular. You go tell me say Osama bin Laden are popular people them. Ayabacho Lucas is a notorious person. He's the most notorious person in the Ambazonian liberation struggle because he been known for the bad reasons. He is known for the bad reasons. Make Ayabacho Lucas go collect a tax from MTN. Me go collect a tax from Kamwata. Me go collect a tax from Enyo. Me go collect a tax from Parifood. Go and collect a tax from those people. Leave that poor Mami Devo village alone. I repeat, Ayabacho Lucas, because that Mami they no be defend themselves now. Why that Efang they go harass them? People they go lost their loved one, they want go bury them. They go come pay Efang 1 million. Efang be never attack which camp for 5 years now. Efang be never attack any Ekelebe camp. Una log road Ekelebe pass una leave them. Civilian one pass una attack them. Leave that Mami Devo village alone. Leave.
You see, I've been saying that Ayaba has taken this struggle to a different level, using it for his own personal gain. I'm looking for another audio that I was Let's listen to this.
Fellow Ambazonians, good evening. Today is Thursday, April 6th, 2023. It has come to our attention that the city of Bamenda has been without light for about 2 weeks now. And why I'm making this audio is because reports are reaching us that workers who came to restore this light around mile 90 towards Bali Road, mile 90, that these workers were arrested by some elements of the ADF. We are talking about workers who came to restore electricity to the city of Bamenda and Bali and even towards Momo and going down to Widikum. The whole area is without light. And these workers came to restore light. Fellow Ambazonians, during war, there are certain things or certain workers that are exempt from being touched when they are going around to do their work. Some of these include medical workers, utility workers. I mean, when you talk of utility workers, we're talking about like workers who are maintaining the water system, the light, sewer system, and stuff like that. These workers are allowed to circulate and do their work because these services are considered essential for human survival. These services are considered essential. Imagine when there's no light in town, how are patients surviving in hospitals or even in their homes? How are businesses surviving? People still have to earn a living even during war. So it is unconscionable for elements of the ADF who are known for this kind of behavior only and nothing else that involves confronting the enemy. They came out and arrested these workers, thus depriving the city of Bamenda of light. These people have constantly engaged in behaviors that tend to turn our civilian population against the struggle. How are our civilians supposed to be happy with such behavior when their lives are impacted negatively by the same people who claim to be fighting for their liberation? I'm therefore calling on the elements of the ADF, whoever are their handlers, to tell them to release these workers so they can restore the lights in Bamenda town. The lights in Bamenda town need to be turned back on, so these workers need to be released. So I'm directing this message to the ADF. Please stop causing pain and suffering to our people. Enough is enough. Release the workers so they can restore light in the city of Bamenda. These are essential workers. They are considered essential because they maintain services that are essential for human survival. So I don't know who to talk to, if it's a Capodan or whoever that is. Call your dogs in and let these workers go free. Okay? This is not what the war is about. Release the workers so they can reinstate light in the city of Bamenda. And take the fight against the colonial administration in Bamenda or their military occupiers and leave the civilians alone. The war is not against the civilians. So please send this message to the ADF so they can act promptly, so the people of Bamenda can have some relief Thank you.
Doing now, besides the fact that they are not fighting, but the things that they are doing now is just anti-revolutionary. They are just not working at all. They're just not. Imagine ADF will pass through the forest and go from Momo right up to somewhere around Alo. A funeral that is already in place and kill 4 people at that funeral. Burn vehicles. Take money from people. Imagine the amount of money that they have collected from people, Bamenda, the whole of Batibo and up to the whole of WAP and LGA like that. Upper Banyan, the amount of money they have taken from people that they call it war tax. And they are doing nothing. They are making very painful. They are putting pain. And all mother says, Korean, they end and take the money. And all mother that does not have anything, they will enter and take money that is war tax. This is so I don't understand this. I don't just get it. I don't know how somebody can communicate with this Ayabacho thing of a thing.
But where
so
are they
painful.
fighting? Where are they fighting?
How would they arrest utility workers and leave the town? There are children that depend on electricity for life. There are people that have medical equipment that require light. There are people that children live on refrigerated food. What about business places like all these printing places, computer places? It means those businesses will be shut down and those people will pay rent. They will be required to pay rent without working anything. It's so painful. And yet the idea will go to them and say, pay war tax.
Pay war tax.
Again. I don't know why Ayabacho does not listen to nobody. They don't listen that Capodania. They don't listen to nobody. They don't listen to anything. Any advice, anything you say, they think that you are just against the ADF. You are just against the ADF. You go, they arrest somebody, you go and give them a report, they will say, you are talking because you are against the ADF. Massa, this is terrible.
Really, really terrible.
Really terrible. If you go and tell them that they went to Mongbin or most for money and kill 4 people in a funeral, burn cars, and took money from people, they will say you are lying. You're against the ADF. I don't know whether somebody don't inform them about the atrocities and the crimes that ADF is committing on the ground. They will always say the ADF is the biggest force, is the strongest force. They never fought no battle almost for 5 years now. And I don't know whether they usually deceive those people that they have been fighting or what. When you talk, they say you are against the ADF. You are a liar. You are against the ADF. This is really terrible. Terrible, terrible like this. You know. They want seize equipment from a certain camp. I call their leaders and talk to them. They say you are lying against the ADF. SDF instead give weapons to people. SDF does not seize weapons from other camps. They instead give weapons. And I send them an audio of one of the ADF guys confirming that they actually seized this equipment. They will still not accept. People will turn against this revolution. Ayabacho will pay for it. This is the truth. Yes. Ayabacho think that he will do all these things and go free. He will pay for it. This war will end one day. Yeah. It will end one day and he will pay for all these crimes. Yeah, and the big number of the call. They will pay for all these crimes that they are committing against people. They think the war will end and then they will just be moving out among people just normally.
Wow. It's tough, man. Thank you for that. This is what we are saying, when it comes to this struggle, we have seen a lot of complaint. And when many people are complaining, the community is complaining, everybody is complaining about you. You see, that is why some people don't want to be under any leadership or any collaboration. Because when you join people, you'll be held accountable for things that are happening, right? But I see these people who call themselves the Big Four, they have gone and put themselves in a grouping, in a kind of, but what kind of collaboration are you doing when one of your own member in that group, you call yourself the Big Four, is committing atrocities and you are not putting him in order? So does the collaboration don't stipulate these kind of modalities for the relationship, or the collaboration is just to go and hold a conference and you say you have a collaboration platform when one of your group member of that collaboration is committing atrocities? Those are the things that when we talk about giving checks and balances, is because if one group or if the interim government has someone that commits a crime, we have to hold that person accountable. That is what is accountability. Accountability is not you to go and be chairman or CIC, then you are answerable to no one. That is not leadership. Leadership, you must be answerable to somebody. That is what we are talking about. You going to commit crime, Ayaba is answerable to no one. He is the CIC of his own organization. He is the commander-in-chief. He is the chairman. He is the chief command of his group. No one is answerable to no one. He does what he likes. He can kill anyone. He can do whatever he wants. He can go and collect taxes. He doesn't care. And that is the kind of leadership that he likes. Look at even this one, the one that was giving Sako. They want to stay in power, but they don't want accountability. What kind of leadership is that? We are talking about Paul Biya staying in power, but we come now to a struggle. People are behaving the same like Biya. Ayaba is behaving like Biya. Sako is behaving like Biya. Most of the other leaders are behaving like Biya. They don't want to leave power. You want to stay there for 40 years? What kind of democracy are we practicing? What kind of country do we want to build in the first place? Country without accountability. Country where somebody can be the chairman for 40 years, like Frundi. A country where there will be no election. Sako Tiboya. Sako is going to ban, he says he's banning the Amba newsline. You are banning, it's just like the same thing that he did to FM No Pity. Any general that does not support Sako or does not support Ayaba, they are enemies to them. It must not be like that. Not every general must be under you or support you. Not every newspaper or every newsline must talk good about you. No. The newspaper first is not yours. It's not your newspaper. Amba Newsline is an individual property right. They have their own way of reporting their news. Sako Ikome cannot just come out from nowhere and say, I ban Amba Newsline. For what? These are dictatorial tendencies. We are seeing evidence of dictatorship between Ayaba, Sako, and some other leaders who does not want to collaborate. They want to go and hold their own conference somewhere. I don't know. When Comrade Chris Arno proposed a kind of collaborative platform, he sent message to all these leaders. Some of them refused, some of them accepted. Okay? And that is why the conference that we all know that is going to hold with most of the leaders that accepted will be in May. We know of the May conference. It's May the 5th to the 7th. Any other conference is just to derail a planned conference that we are trying to put together. Okay? We know of the activist conference in Belgium. Good and fine. Anybody can hold their conferences. But if your conference is tantamount to a collaborative platform that we are trying to put together, it's against the goals of the struggle, the motive of the struggle. Why are we fighting for leadership? Why are we not? If we want Biya to come and sit on the table, but the people are saying that you people are not even united. You cannot even collaborate, but you want Biya to come to the table. How? Biya will say, no, I cannot come when you people are divided too. So you have no excuse. It's really an issue, okay? Okay. You go and collect taxes. The same taxes that you were against some years back. You remember Ayabacho, they were saying they don't want the government, or they don't want the president. They don't. But now he's a president of AGOFC, president of A. They condemn this tax collection. Back in the days, remember sometimes the Bui warriors were collecting taxes from businesses in Kumbo. But what most people are saying is that, why don't you collect taxes from these businesses that are French businesses? You have the Texacos, all these other businesses that are not the local population. You go and collect money from them. That is what we condemn. We don't want you to go and collect money from the local population, local Ambazonians who are trying to make ends meet. You go and collect money from them. So you want people to stay quiet, not to talk about it. When you hear Comrade Chris Arno's speech, he spoke about resilience. He spoke about trying to conscientize donors and supporters for the upcoming draft. That is a language of unity and collaboration. That is the winning language. Okay? That language that elevates and resonates the winning spirit in the struggle. Okay? That is what we want. We want to stick to that tone, stick to trying to build a strong coalition. That is what this struggle is all about. This struggle is not all about one leader trying to be the best, trying to be the top, trying to be the only one. No. That is why we have been drafting different measures on what type of collaboration we can do. Okay. But you cannot collaborate with people who are doing contrary things against the struggle. No way. We cannot collaborate with ADF or AGOFC when they are causing atrocities on the local population. We cannot do that. We have to hold them to account. Yes, we have to hold them to account. And that is what we are doing. We cannot allow things like that to happen. Yes. So, on the issue of the La Republic transition, most people say it doesn't concern us. They say that is a foreign news. Yes, it's a foreign news, but the La Republic military are occupying our land. We have to know what is happening there. And unless we strategize, nothing will happen. They will have their transition. Frank Biya will come to power. There will be nothing, and they will continue their military occupation. But if these leaders don't know that we need to strategize to make sure that we do a search soul, we search our soul, make these leaders know that this is what we want. The majority always carries the vote. Tell them this is what we want. Then from there we'll see what. Listen to this guy who was talking about Frank Biya.
Qui va nous permettre de sortir de cette émission, l'après Biya. Il y a beaucoup d'hypothèses en vue. On a vu Frank Emmanuel Biya en vitrine lors de ce sommet des chefs d'État de la CIMAC. Est-ce que pour vous, vous êtes favorable à la succession de père en fils avec Frank Emmanuel Biya?
Paul Biya a fait plus de 40 ans au pouvoir. Ça veut dire que son fils a grandi à l'intérieur de ce pouvoir. Et je suppose que le fait que son fils ait grandi à l'intérieur de ce pouvoir connaît mieux que quiconque les méandres du pouvoir. Je crois que son fils est suffisamment formé.
Dites aux Camerounais si vous êtes d'accord, si vous êtes
son fils est suffisamment formé pour pouvoir exercer le pouvoir.
Ma question est simple.
Et je vais vous répondre. Je vais vous répondre. Au RDPC, le candidat du RDPC, c'est le président du parti. Jusqu'à la date d'aujourd'hui, c'est Paul Biya qui est le président du parti. Donc si je me prononce en tant que responsable à la base du RDPC, mon candidat jusqu'à maintenant, à l'heure où nous sommes là, mon candidat c'est Paul Biya. Vous comprenez? Mais si à l'intérieur du RDPC, il y a toute évolution allant dans le sens de Frank Biya comme candidat du RDPC, je vais le soutenir à fond. À fond. Voilà.
Does he has a way to rule?
Je vais le soutenir à fond.
He has a way to rule Cameroon. We see Cameroon is bubbling. Frank Emmanuel Biya, is he qualified to rule?
Je n'ai aucun doute.
We've not seen it in public. He has never told anybody that he wants to.
Moi, je le supporterai aussi parce que sur le plan intuitu, comme parlant de Mwambutu, j'ai la conviction que Frank Biya, président au Cameroun, serait un bon président. Il sera le président de la rupture.
Silent president.
Il sera le président de la rupture. Parce que sa jeunesse va l'obliger même. C'est un facteur.
Il ne parle jamais, il est comme son père.
Il parlera.
Les gens disent mouvement franquiste.
You see, if we can understand French very well, okay, these journalists are trying to question this CPDM guy. Frank Biya has no experience. He has not served in any public service before. But you think that he can lead a country. And this guy is saying that Frank Biya has lived with his father in the palace for 40 years. He knows what his father is doing. He has seen what the father is doing. He can do the same. Is that competence? Is that how you want to lead a country? When there are other people who are competent enough to do the job. But because they don't even consider Ambazonians as part of that country, they don't even think about it. They just want somebody who can just stay there and replace their father. And they continue now with the legacy of imperialism. That is why we are very smart enough to leave these people before they even outsmart us. We will not stay with people who don't think about you. You cannot be supporting people who don't think about you. Our fellow federalists are there. They are very contented with a country that you are not even thought of. You are not even among anybody that they would think. How can you be in a country your identity is not even recognized? Nobody recognizes you as a person. They are talking about Frank Biya. Whereas we have, if it comes to competence, we have competent people who can be president. But they don't consider you as a person. Okay? That is what we are talking about. This is what Tibor Nagy said. Tibor Nagy made this comment. This is it. He said, I don't agree with the conclusions of the crisis group study on the Southern Cameroon Ambazonia conflict, but it provides great background material and historical context. As to its recommendation, I fear that option, special status, is long gone. This is Tibor Nagy. This is the former ambassador to Secretary for African Affairs for America. This is the recent comment that he said on Twitter. So, La République still consider that special status that they gave in their own failed national dialogue as something that they can still use. So, I'm talking to our fellow federalists. This special status to them is their own federation. Okay? That's all. The special status has no status. It has no binding, nothing. Somebody just give you a slave name. That take this name. This is your name. You have no portfolio, no powers, nothing to do. Just like the position of a prime minister. You know the position of a prime minister has no powers, but the position of a vice president will carry all the powers, because when the president is not there, the next president take over. Then our people are talking about special status. Some of them are very happy going for election. They're appointing some of them for positions that they don't have any say. Okay, all those parliamentarians, all those CPDM people, what are they doing in the parliament? Nothing. How many bills can they pass? How many laws can they pass? Nothing. It's just window dressing. It's all window dressing. So our people should learn. This is a foreign ambassador, American former Secretary of State, under Secretary of State for African Affairs, is saying this. They have studied the crisis. They know. America, the only thing we are reminding America and any other country that voted for our independence, 64 of those countries are still today. You voted for our independence. You voted for our independence. So don't take it back from us. You cannot vote for somebody's independence and take it back. I've never seen that. So all the 64 countries that voted yes for the independence of Southern Cameroon must keep their vote, because that vote still stands today. Yes. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you. We'll be very happy to be on the Momo County draft that is coming on Sunday. Please, let's all be there to support Momo County and make sure that the draft is a successful one. Remember, we have 13 counties, 13 LGAs, 13 counties and 62 LGAs. And Momo County is one of those counties that are doing a wonderful work in the struggle. So we have to come on Sunday, support Momo County in their draft. Okay? To make sure that we take this thing to the end. Okay? So thank you very much for watching, and God bless you all. Thank you for watching.
francophone, 2 fois président, passer le pouvoir à un anglophone. Si on était bien au pays, est-ce qu'on allait prendre la route de l'aventure? Ah, monsieur le président, un pauvre qui vote ou celui qui l'a rendu pauvre. Si on était bien au pays, est-ce qu'on allait prendre la route de l'étranger? Ah, monsieur le président, à l'Assemblée, il y a un vieux. Vraiment. Au Sénat, il y a un vieux. Wonderful. À la présidence, il y a un vieillard. Dans tout le gouvernement, il n'y a que des vieux. Des vieux, des vieux. Des jeunes prennent le chemin de la Libye pour devenir des esclaves. Les jeunes prennent la route du désert pour entrer en Europe. À l'Assemblée, il y a un vieux. Sonia Touko. Au Sénat, il y a un vieux. À la présidence, il y a un vieillard. Dans tout le gouvernement, il n'y a que des vieux. Des vieux, des vieux. Docteur, tout Joseph, professeur à Los Angeles. Comment pouvez-vous nommer un individu à un poste pendant 25 ans, 20 ans, directeur de tant, 30 ans? Vous vous partagez le pouvoir avec vos familles. Vous vous partagez le pouvoir avec vos amis. Vous vous partagez le pays avec vos familles. Vous vous partagez le pays avec vos familles. Et après quand ils ont volé, vous appelez les papiers, les attrapés. Et après quand ils ont volé, vous appelez les papiers, les attrapés. Qui les avait nommés d'abord dans ce poste-là? C'est toi qui les avais nommés, papa. Tu as oublié, tu as seulement oublié. C'est toi qui les avais nommés, oh, tu as oublié. Guélé Raphaël du Kenya. C'est les mêmes qui sont toujours ministres. Ils vont au quartier pour quelque temps et ils reviennent après. Ils font le tour des ministères. Aujourd'hui, ministre de la communication, demain, ministre du sport. À l'Assemblée, il y a un vieux. Au Sénat, il y a un vieux. Des vieux. À la présidence, il y a un vieillard. Dans tout le gouvernement, il n'y a que des vieux. Des vieux, des vieux. Ils ont volé des milliards. Et vous avez amené mon pays à la dérive. Sa Majesté te donne toi, impérateur premier, Gissimo, Escageux, l'enfant de Komsamba. Vous vous partagez le pays avec vos familles. Vous vous partagez le pays avec vos familles. Et après quand ils ont volé, vous appelez les papiers. Qui les avait nommés d'abord dans ce poste-là?
Real Records.
Tu n'as qu'un seul défaut. Au lieu de rester tranquille là-bas au fond de mon ventre où je t'envoie, tu aimes toujours remonter en pression. Le Dieu